Hello everyone, RMF here, and welcome to the last game of this best of three between Pentabram, the pink Terran player, and Knight, the yellow Protoss player. I hope this cast will go smooth this time, because in the first game I talked ridiculously fast, and in the second game I got interrupted by my crewmate. But this is still my first English cast, so I allow myself a few mistakes. Um, on this map, this is a two-player map. How embarrassing it may be, I just forgot the name of it. And I think it was Coral Compound, if I'm not mistaken. And anyway, in the first game we saw that Knight went for a 1K Nexus, and and Pentabram went for a 2 Rex, but I didn't do any pressure with it. So Knight got ahead in tech and upgrades, and when the actual engagement came, Pentabram he lost it, and the counter push of Knight just killed Pentabram right after that. And the second game, Knight, he thought, I was a bit more greedy the first game, so I can be a whole lot greedy in the second game. And so he went for a next first, and Pentabram went for a barracks command center, but he did a lot more early pressure in that game. I think he was caught a little bit off guard, so Pentabram was able to kill a nice amount of probes, and after that he was just ahead, and he exploited that by expanding again, and in the start of the game he just had a good infrastructure, so that was good. I don't think that any of these players will go for a too much economic builds, as I mentioned before, because it is a two-player map, and what can I say about it? There is much more danger when you go for a greedy build. That it will be that it can be countered with a aggressive part of the opponent than on another map, because there's much wrong direction scouting on this map, because there are only two spawning points, but still there is a command center after the barracks being placed for Pentabram, and Knight saw it. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm just going to check to be sure. Yes, he saw it. And he's just returning his probe now, because he's happy with his information. None gets taken. That is really normal when you go for a barracks command center. Two marines out on the map. Bunker is being placed here, and if we look at the last game where Pentabram played pretty well, he's going to start to add a lot more barracks now, and do some pressure after that. Pentabram is now just kiting the probe around this base. You see that there's a gas up, and there is that chronobus being spent on the Nexus, and that there's a gateway and a cybernetic score up. Maybe Knight is just chronobusing the probes to mislead Pentabram, and just after he kills the SCV, he's starting the chronoboost on his cybernetic score and is adding a second assimilator, but the Nexus is down, and I'm not even sure if Pentabram stalled that. No, he did stall it, so it's a pretty nice bit of information, but the orbital command is now on the way for Pentabram, and he's adding 2 more barracks. So even now there is slight faster warp gate research than he might have thought in the first place. I don't think it will be that much of a deal for Pentabram in the early stage of the game. It starts to he is a robotics facility, and he is adding one more gateway, and I wonder if he's instantly taking all the gases after his Nexus is done, or that he wants to add more gateways. There's not 3 gateways, 1 robo. It's the same as that he did before. He's queuing 3 observers, but that was a mistake. He cancelled 2, and now he's waiting for the first one, and he is just rally him to the base of the Terran player somewhere, or just to the front. And bunker is right here there, so there are some marines here to defend the natural, and 2 gases are being taken by Pentabram, adding his 4th barracks, researching combat shield and stim pack. I don't think there is concussive shells yet, no there isn't, and there's a +1 attack on the way for Pentabram. So if I look at this build, it might be possible that when he's just that he's just hurling marines out, and when his +1 is ready, that he's going for a only money. There are routes being produced now, so I'm just entirely wrong as usual. And the first observer is now being sent to the base of Pentabram to check out what the hell is going on here. And he will see the front where there are now just the first 2 marauders being added, and he sees the bunker with the marines. He sees there is no gas being taken at the natural. Well, I think he only knows by 1 for sure, the other one he isn't in vision range yet. And no gas being taken on the first expansion for night as well. There is a robotics bay being added, and again slight early, just like in the first game, where she's going for. And he's got a bit more stalkers this time, maybe. I think that he feels not safe to have only 1 stalker after he left after he lost the second game, because in the first game Pentabram was very passive, and he's now going for the same build as in the second game, and he was a lot more aggressive there. But still, there's a big difference, because his upgrade is earlier. He got less barracks now. There's a factory being added a bit earlier, and yeah, the concussive shells is on the way. +1 is almost done, and Pentabram is moving out with his marauder and marines, and is being spotted by the observer first. And he says also has a good look at the unit count that is coming towards night. He is working in more. He's working in a Zealot and a Sentry, and there's Immortal done, a first class on the way, so I think that Knight can hold it off pretty good. But we'll just have to wait for that. Well, now I look at it closer, it might be troublesome, because there are a lot of reinforcements incoming across the map from Pentabram. First engagement is here. Kiting and firing on the Zealots. The metal is now down, and so now there's only just Stalkers and Sentries, and well, Immortal, good units, but when being isolated, not so much. And well, Pentabram can continue his pressure here with a decent amount of units, and he's going for the next. He's stimming again, killing a whole lot of probes. I'm not sure if this is the best decision by Knight to send his probes to all the Marauders, because it's just a probe massacre here, and the reinforcements are just being slaughtered by the cell. Colossi is out, so this pressure will be going down soon, but there is no protection for the cell. Okay, he's pulling his Colossi back. Zealots die, so he just needs more units to pull this push off. He can't just expect to hurl in a few Zealots and that it will kill it off, because there's a decent amount of bios still here, and there aren't, after these reinforcements, there aren't coming much from Pentabram anymore. And well, I think this will clean it up, because the Zealots are enough to tank for the Colossi, and even without turbulence, or yeah, the turbulence, how far is it by the way? It hasn't even been started yet. But Pentabram, after his unit is there, and after he killed that probes, he stopped rallying his units across the map, and he just gathered them at the front again to defend his next, I think, of his expansion. I think he was just happy with the probes he was able to kill, which are 28. That's a lot of probes. That is double the amount he had last time, and there's only one SV, and there was only the scouting SV killed for Knight, while there was no scouting probe killed by Pentabram. And well, he really did a good amount of damage. I still think it's a wrong decision to just hurl your probes there at the army of Pentabram. I think he just needed to pull his probes back here and to wait for the Colossi, and then use your probes as a bit of shields for the Colossi, and that way he would have had a bit less losses and a bit more left. The only good thing is that his Nexus is still up there, but now there are medevacs for Pentabram on the map, and with Stim and medevacs who will keep this army alive that much longer. It will be really difficult for Knight to come back from this. In the meantime, +1 armor is being researched for Pentabram. Turret is on the way, will be placed here, and if I heard that correctly, there's a drop coming. It's going across the map. A couple of Vikings are being added to the mix to counter the Colossi, and Knight is just doing everything he can to get his probe count back up. Now there's 37 probes to 60 SVs. There are 3 Colossi here, but with just this amount of Zealots, it's not going to be enough, especially now with the Vikings and the medevacs and the medevac, excuse me, are here. It's just, and well, if this drop is doing a lot more damage, even if it just kills a couple of probes, Knight will just feel horrible after everything he lost. Terminus is late. There is ship plating on the way for the Terran, and he is quickly moving his army back. There is, I'm not sure what was cancelled, but I think it was a Dark Strike maybe. But well, the Colossi cleaned this up, so this drop isn't going to do much damage. But there is only 1 Stalker, and that means that Pentabram doesn't actually need that much Vikings, because he can just kite his army away from the Colossi, and well, 1 Stalker can't kill this many Vikings as fast as this many Vikings can kill a couple Colossi. So yeah, well, there are now two Stalkers, so that helps a bit. A probe is adding to the army. I think that is a miss micro, but we will see that soon enough. Terminus is being researched. I think that Knight is going to want to push out when the Terminus is done. Oh, snap. He's trying to add a 4th Colossi, and he was supplying for a little bit, but 4 Colossi and Terminus, I think he is going to attack, but he just doesn't have enough Stalkers and Sentries to really do a lot of damage with this, and he's still going out. And when you look at his army, and especially with this many Vikings, those Colossus will just be shoot down to the earth, and these cells aren't enough here. They have no charge, I believe. They have no charge, and this is just not going to be enough. There is a wide open space here, and the Vikings are being sent forward, and there are only 4 Stalkers, and these Vikings are just going to have a field day on this Colossi. They're still being hunted a bit back by the Stalkers, but he sees now the Stalker, and he's just going to eat those Colossi for breakfast. And after these Colossi are being shot by these Vikings, he's probably just going to send his bio army just here, and he doesn't even need the medevacs, but he will just roll up this army. He's not even attacking, and now he realizes that these zealots are there. He stims his army, and it's never near enough to beat this army for Knight. And Pentabram is just closing up to Max. He got much more supply, and GG from Knight. His final attempt to bring it back failed, and well, after the damage he suffered, there wasn't really much he could do except taking two expansions maybe, and hope that he can defend it. But for now, it's a good game for Pentabram, and I hope to see you guys next time with a new cast of the NSSL. Ciao.